today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing, Cousins. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Murray. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Jackson now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay there to make the grab. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Cousins. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
You know, with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here's 2nd and a yard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. First down, here's Cousins. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Jackson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Jackson on first down. That one complete to Prochet. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again is Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half, Cousins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go. Third quarter. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. From the gun, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Again, Jackson will keep it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
From the 27, Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Handoff comes to Cook. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So, in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A give. This is Cook. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jackson. Finding Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson. Going with a screen for Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And down right around the 37. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Out to his left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Here's Jackson. A screen to Bell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That second down play nets a -4. And that will be incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Throwing, Jackson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Escaping the pressure right, eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over. Play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but They couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.